Hey everybody, I'm Philip.
And I'm Justin.
And together, we are Pajamas. And we are back a few hours later. We've had time to cool down and rest.
Yes.
And recover a little bit. And we're going to move on to episode 8 of season 2 of Doctor Who. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. As always, the solution is go to your room. It's always the solution whenever the doctor gets cornered by something. Another episode where something has to feed or wants fed, so, alright.
I think that you've observed a trend.
We must feed. You, if you are hungry.
People, look at that, real people.
That's us. Hooray!
Yeah, definitely real. My name's Rose. That's a black hole.
That's impossible.
What are they called?
Oh, come on. Where have you been living? Everyone's got one.
Well, not me, so what are they?
All the drilling and stuff, supervision and maintenance. They're born for it. Basic slave race.
Doctor, the TARDIS is in them. What's happened?
The TARDIS is gone.
I'll put you on the duty roster. We need someone in the laundry.
He can do all of those calculations and he's going to be put on laundry duty?
We're on a planet that shouldn't exist, underneath a black hole. And no way out.
Ravel's Bolero.
I love this music.
Do you actually get paid, though? Do they give you money?
The beast and his armies shall rise from the pit to make war against God. Apologies. I said, I hope you enjoy your meal.
Well, it could be worse. This lot said they give us a lift.
Then what?
Find a planet, get a job.
Get a house or something, a proper house with doors and things, carpets. Me, living in a house.
How do they communicate? Just empaths. There's a low-level telepathic field connecting them.
Has someone gone out?
Confirmed.
But who was it?
Cannot confirm.
You've gone native.
Oh, I don't knock it. It's nice. Protein one with just a dash of 3.
I'm telling you, she's not here.
I found her.
Go on. We've made it.
0.0.
I want that spacesuit back in one piece. You got that?
Yes, sir.
Breathing's good.
Rose, stay off the comm.
No chance.
You can tell Toby. We found his civilization.
This is going to be the best Christmas Wolford's ever had.
Have you finished?
Finished.
Think you can take being stared at?
But the telepathic field, sir. It's a basic 100.
The bringer of night.
Alright, well. They have the Doctor fighting Satan. Fascinating. I like the premise. I like the concept. I would not have seen that coming, so,
Indeed, it's gone from sci-fi to metaphysical.
It was a bit of Event Horizon, a bit of Serenity, a bit of Alien, a little bit of Satan. Which could tie back to one of those things I said. Don't want to spoil that for you if we ever do watch that movie. Very intriguing.
Yes, what do you think?
I have mixed feelings.
Oh?
Don't get too angry with me in the comments, my Whovian friends, but I like the idea of Satan chilling out on a hunk of rock. And there was like a gate to hell by a black hole. Okay. I like that. I like the sci-fi aspect of it. I like that Welcome to Hell on the wall was literal. Cool. I like the language that's so old the doctor can't even translate it.
They looked like sigils.
Yeah. So I like all that. Mini Cthulhu-esque servants. Okay. I don't think the best way to represent Satan or a conduit of Satan is marker face. It looked silly. Red eyes. It wasn't done well. It was just...
Was it too cliche for you?
No, it just didn't look good. Like, do it in henna. Do it in something that looks... Like, hell, there was a wrestler who used to have a kanji written on him. His name was Hakushi. He was really cool. His stuff looked better than this. It looked cheap. It looked smudgy and bad. And I try and avoid being nitpicky. I've been nitpicky in a long time. It was kind of hokey. I like the voices. I like the build-up of the devil. I just thought, 2006 Daniel Tosh tilting his head to the side and grinning and red eyes was a little cringy. I didn't like that part of it. But I do like the idea of melding sci-fi and religion. I think it's really, again, it's interesting. It's a very interesting concept. And this one is a much better candidate for a two-parter, to me.
Than some other ones?
Well, for me personally, like, Slovene in season 1 redeemed itself. Cyberman in this season redeemed itself. I'm intrigued off the bat right away in this episode, rather than being like, oh my god, this part is awful, now we have to watch another part, please be better. That kind of thing. But it does have some flaws. Another thing I did not like, whoever wrote this episode's dialogue did a horrible job. It was too snarky. It was too one-linery. Rose's delivery is like borderline. Just kind of tone it back a bit. You're on their ship. The Doctor's entitlement is always there. He's a Time Lord. I get it. But, go after my ship now. When they have like one mission to drill down to Satan. Like, I get it. I do. It's like just way too much. We could have a mortgage together. What? Hey.
Did the kiss scene remind you of a romantic scene in which there's dramatic music, maybe something happening in the background, and the camera will go around?
Kinda. They're laying it on really thick in this one. And Rose is there's too much, like, trying to be clever and funny, and it's not hitting for me personally. I think I looked at the camera a couple times. Looked at the audience. Just to be like, okay. Like, Rose, stay off the fucking comms. Like, this is a life or death situation. I get that she's worried about the Doctor, but you're on their fucking ship. She's acting entitled. Like, the Doctors are up and off on her. They're not even there for like 2 minutes and they're already being like, we're gonna make jokes at your expense and ha 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 ha, and look how quirky we are, and now look how romantic we're being. Like, just
Surely the Doctor may be noticing that she's developing feelings for him.
He's an alien. Does he even have a penis? Exactly. And that's just me being snarky and me being Like, they were so condescending to the crew in parts. Like, if somebody went on the Doctor's ship and did that to him, he wouldn't be having it. He'd be like, if you don't like it, get the hell off my ship. I even wrote, once he found out that the TARDIS was on the sections that collapsed, I wrote, maybe less time being snarky with clever dialogue and more time paying attention to what was said.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I like the story, and as I said, I like how it's unfolding. Very cool to meld these two things together: science fiction and religion and satanic stuff and all that stuff. And a good job on the reveal that we're on this floating hunk of rock, and then when they opened up the sunroof and we saw the black hole, that was cool. Nice reveal. And then we got the wide shot of the base. Great reveal. But the dialogue was awful, in my opinion, obviously. And some aspects were like, I don't hate the Cthulhu things, but they're just people in rubber masks with animatronic, like bling bling bling, like the people at the end. The people at the end of the Christmas Invasion looked infinitely cooler than these things. They're just people in masks, and I know you're supposed to. I know. I'm not trying to be all super nitpicky like I have been in the past. I just think that they could have been designed better, because it's clearly just people in outfits, like oversized suits. I like the glowing ball things to communicate. I like the idea of telepathy. I like the idea of the things going on. I think the execution of some of it is a little cringe or hokey for me personally. And who knows? Maybe these things call back to a previous season thing like the Cybermen. I don't know. This was lore I don't know about. So it's going to come off as a little odd to me. First I thought it was odd that they craved being slaves. That was a little weird. But then it makes sense if they are like servants of the devil. Their whole thing is to be in servitude. Just not to these people. I thought that was a cool twist. Nice little way to spin that.
It did bring up a very interesting subject that, well, if someone wants to be enslaved, we should respect that person's decision.
Yeah, it's
especially if it's
to think about, yeah.
Especially if it's with a clear and sound mind, and well, with having the ability of telepathy, I would say that they have very functional minds.
Yeah. I also wrote, on this episode of, oh no, the TARDIS! We're kind of going to that well a little too many times. He's going to get the TARDIS back. Somehow. So, he's already down there. He's going to let's run away from Satan. Oh, there's the TARDIS. Look at the TARDIS. Let's go back to the ship. It's going to just happen to be there. Which is fine. It's fine. It's just, again, I feel like I'm nitpicking, but it's like a little too much of.
It's all right. I have noticed that there are times in the series when it seems that things happen a little too conveniently.
Yeah, and that's just the nature of a science fiction, thematic thing like this. All the episodes. It's not so it has to be convenient for it to even exist. I did like that we found out that TARDISes are grown, not built.
That was fascinating.
So we got a new bit of lore there. Thank you, my usual commenters, for not spoiling anything on that. I like getting the lore a little at a time, so that's cool. I already complained about that, and I already talked about the dialogue. So those are my notes, on this one. Overall, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I think it's a really, really neat idea. Just tweak the design of Cthulhu people and get rid of marker face. That's just awful. I mean, I get budget. Usually I can get absorbed into the world of wherever we're at. This one felt like they were clearly on a set. Whereas if we go back to the Renette one in France, that didn't feel like it was on a set. We felt like we were on this ship in space, viewing into the life of this historical person. This feels like it's just on a set, and I couldn't get the immersion wasn't there for me on this one. It might just be the lighting, honestly, because it just the creatures looked like they were wearing masks. But we've had people in masks before, and that didn't bother me. So I don't know, this one just kind of, it was good, it was entertaining, didn't mind it, but something just feels off about it. Whoever did the costuming and art design either didn't have a budget or didn't know what they were doing. This doesn't feel like, I guess to put it this way, this does not feel like an evolution of the series so far. This feels like it belongs episode 2 of season 1 is where this feels like this belongs, as far as visually and dialogue and costuming and all of it. Like, it just felt...
Did it seem rushed and put together too quickly? And...
No. The story was fine. The story itself was fine. The way it was told was fine. Just the way it was presented visually, I think, was lacking. We've gotten better with the storytelling and with the writing and the dialogue and the character development. This felt like it was written for season 1, and they just plucked it out for season 2 and put it here. Rose being kind of a snarky dick, the Doctor being kind of an entitled asshole, the character creature design looking not up to snuff.
They definitely did remind me of the extremely realistic looking cat people.
Exactly, yeah. Like we've come so far with
the beautiful.
Yeah, we've come so far. I have my glasses. We've come so far with the design. This feels like a huge step back. This feels like I said, it was filmed for season 1. It feels like a beginning part of season 1 episode, and I don't like that. I don't want to go back there. And a story like this deserves better. It deserves the progression in aesthetics that we've seen, and in character development, and in writing, and in dialogue. So from that standpoint, I'm not looking forward to the second half, episode 9. But from a story perspective, yeah. Maybe this will be the first time that a part 2 is worse than part 1 to me. As from the story perspective, we don't know. Like, we don't know how they're going to stick this landing. But I do know that it just... something feels off, and it doesn't feel like season 2. If any of that makes sense to anyone watching out there.
I especially like the concept of the black hole and all things descending into it, not to come out.
Yeah, and the idea that they have the magnetic thing is so strong from Satan. Satan's pull is so strong that they're stationary. That's a neat idea. That's a really cool idea.
And it actually is quite true that, when you really think about it, that eventually darkness will triumph. As you saw all light, all things disappearing into a black hole. Mm-hmm. Eventually, when the very last star goes out, darkness will triumph over light.
Finally, it'll be dark out.
So it is indeed, interestingly, prophetically true that darkness will ultimately triumph.
Did not see this one coming. Did not see Doctor Who versus Satan on the menu. But unfortunately done in a season 1 feeling manner. But I am intrigued. I am intrigued to see how this wraps itself up. Like, what's coming out of the pit? Is it going to be something like dorky, like some little tiny bunny or something? Or we're going to get like this like Lord of Hell, like raw thing coming out of the sigil door thing. This is like the convenient stuff you talk about. Kind of comes into play here. In real life, in a real situation like that, they would have already thrown like the white orbs at the people up there, Rose and all of them, and did whatever they did to the guy, phantasmed them to the ground. But no, they're just coming after you. We're coming after you. We're coming after you. We're coming after you. We're coming after you. Like with the Cybermen, they were like, exterminate, exterminate, exterminate. But then when they had it surrounded, exterminate, exterminate. Like, you would have been like, like you just took down a party, and now you're down to like 4 people, but you're just going to surround them and walk very slowly. It's just, I get it, but don't show us the power if you're not going to use it fairly, I guess.
Maybe the next episode will have something redeeming of what you didn't like.
Maybe. I don't know. It's going to be the same costuming and probably same lighting and hopefully less snarky, gross dialogue. Ugh.
And if it is?
If it is, at least I'll be expecting it and I'll be ready for it. And I would already have ranted about it. Well, minor rant about it in this one, so I won't have to go on a tirade on the next one. It can just be, it is what it is. As is this video. Is there anything else you would like to add? Alrighty. Well, that's going to wrap this one up. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so I'll simply say thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Part 2 episode 9 of the Doctor Who versus Satan. So until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.